What's up everyone, this is Ryan from Lionbold Records and I'm going to walk you through my live setup. I'm going to show you how to use Ableton Live, how to trigger lights and backtracks live in Ableton, and it's all really easy, so stick around and I'll show you all the gear that I use, how I get all of the audio exported into the PA, and how I even get my guitar and my microphone processed through Ableton so I can sound the best I possibly can when I'm performing live. So here we go. So this is still really new to me. I'm running Ableton and I kind of have this hybrid studio live setup here in this rack over here. The reason why this setup with Ableton works live is because I have an interface that will let me plug in all of my instruments. I have a total of 16 channels, so that's kind of like a normal mixer number right there. You can have like a 16 channel mixer with 16 inputs, and that's kind of what I've recreated here. This is just an XLR bay, and in the back they're just plugged into this, so it's just an easy way where I can plug the instruments up front instead of reaching around every time plugging them in the back, especially when I'm inside in the studio, when I'm up against a wall. It's a lot easier. So this doesn't have any electronics or processing, it's just a snake basically. And then up top I have a wireless in-ear transmitter for live, so I could hear a click track. And then right below it I have a Sennheiser wireless microphone so that if I'm doing something live, I can walk around or just have more flexibility versus one of these where it's plugged in. The way I'm set up right now is guitar and microphone are actually plugged into the Pedalboard where I have some processing. So the guitar is going in through here, going into the LR Bags preamp where I can do a little bit of fine tuning, some EQ. Then through the effects loop I have the Strymon timeline, which is adding a little bit of delay, and I really like their shimmer setting. That's what it's set to right now. And then usually you put an XLR out to the mixer, but I'm actually continuing through with another guitar cable into the TC Helicon Play acoustic, which it's actually new for me. What this does is it actually processes the vocals and the guitar for live. This is just a mic that I have in the studio, the Shure SM7. It's a great mic for studio and live, so if you have to buy just one mic, this would be the one. So I have that plugged in all the way down here into the microphone in, and then this thing is cool. It actually has stereo effects. It has like stereo delays and reverbs and stuff like that. So to get the voice and the guitar to the PA, it's actually a stereo XLR pair up into my interface, or if you were doing it live, it would be into the mixer.
Me and myself, I got nothing to prove, yeah.
Just recently added is a light show as well. So up here you can see I have some just pretty standard basic LED lights, and then some more strips underneath too that I can actually trigger with Ableton along with the backtracks. There you go. Right when this song starts, the lighting changes, which is awesome. Everything kicks in. Boom. The unit that I use is actually way down here. It's just a USB powered MIDI to DMX converter, so that's how I get the lights triggered basically. And it's all done in MIDI and you have to draw it in, and it takes a little bit of time, but I think it's totally worth it. This Novation is awesome, especially when making the tracks, because I can just press and trigger it, and I could press and trigger to the next part of the song. I have this MIDI foot pedal right here, the Soft Step 2, that I programmed within Ableton to actually stop and start and advance these tracks, because I have the tracks laid out by intro and chorus, and I can jump around if I need to, and it triggers the backtracks, it triggers the light, and it can also trigger any effects that I want to turn on and off because I have my microphone and my guitar running through Ableton. And here's the first cue right there. And I could play over it, and I have the click going in my ear, not right now, but I would. And then I can always advance to the next part of the song just by stepping. So here's that first part, and then the next part. And it triggers the lighting too. So I play through the first half of the chorus. The second half has different samples. Last thing I want to point you to is this Nord drum over here. It's basically just a regular drum machine. It's a drum synth actually, so it's how I'm actually triggering the drum sounds from Ableton. Ableton is just providing the MIDI through these MIDI cables, and it's actually triggering the sound. So you can see as I'm playing this back, you can see the channel indicators here lighting up because it's actually this drum that's playing, that's performing these sounds that are being triggered by Ableton. And then I can always, you know, do my own little drumming over it. So if I hit the track, I can add a hi-hat or something, or I can just change to another patch, and now instead of having a drum kit, I kind of have these tom solos if I wanted to do like a drum solo over something. So that's pretty much my live setup in Ableton. If you liked this video, I would encourage you to just subscribe right now. Don't even think about it, because it's the best thing you could do for your music career, to learn from other people, to see what other people figure out, and then adopt those techniques yourself. So subscribe, hit the like button, and click on that bell too, so you know when I come out with another video. And I hope you enjoyed learning about Ableton and how I use it live.